Good morning, everyone out there on YouTube. My name is Jared, and this is my channel, Mazda B3K. In this video, this is kind of a continuation of my brake flushing video. We are going to flush out the hydraulic clutch system on my 1995 Mazda Miata MX-5. Let's get started.
He's such a sweet boy.
So the issue we have here is the exact same issue we had with the brakes, which you can see the brakes are now vastly improved, filled with clean .3. Looks way better. But the same guy who filled that with .5 filled the clutch system with .5, and that has the same problem. It's not designed for .5, it's not meant for .5, and you don't get any advantages to using .5. You really just need to use .3, the manufacturer calls for. And before I get the hate in the comments, yes, you could also use .4, and you could even use .5.1. All of those are essentially alcohol-based. They're compatible with each other. But .5 is silicone-based. Not compatible with all those other numbers I called out. So we need to bleed it. So the bleeder for the clutch system is right there. It's located on top of the slave clutch cylinder, which is located to the side of the transmission. And it's just a standard brake bleeder. So you crack it open, you get someone to push the pedal for you, squirt the junk out, close it up, let the pedal come up, keep it on the reservoir. The whole thing I did in the brake video, we're going to do here just with the clutch system. My recommendation to get to it is jack the vehicle in the air. Make sure you have your jack stand. And take a tire off so that way you can kind of scoot your arm in there so you can get at it. I'm going to figure out what size flare wrench we need for that bleeder, and I'll get back with you. Alright, boys and girls, that is an 8mm flare wrench I got on there. So we'll go ahead and we'll start bleeding it. Before we get starting with the bleeding procedure, though, we do need to try to clean out as much of this as we can so that this is not pumped through the system, because not only is it .5, but I'm guessing this has been here a while and this reservoir's never been cleaned. There's sediment in the bottom. So we're going to you can use whatever you want, turkey baster, fluid transfer pump, vacuum pump, whatever. But just get out as much of this as you can, but don't try to pull out of the system, just empty the reservoir, because you do not want bubbles in your hydraulic system, in your clutch system. I had that happen on a Ford Ranger once, and that was painful. It took a long time to get all the air out so the clutch worked. Just don't. So just empty the reservoir, but don't go any further. Okay, so that is what came out. That's kind of disgusting. I mean, it's like green but brown. I think it's a mix of .3 and .5 is my guess, plus sludge. And then here's what is left in the bottom. We're going to go after that with a paper towel, see if we can't get that cleaned up. This is what it looks like when it's fairly clean. So now that it's fairly clean, we're going to fill this up to the max line with some .3, and then we'll start trying to bleed this fresh, clean .3 through the system to get the .5 that's in the lines out. Alright guys, I bled it until what came out at the bleeder looked like what you see here in the reservoir. Almost entirely clear. And clutch feels great. It's actuating the slave cylinder the whole way. I was able to watch as my brother pushed the clutch down, and I watched the slave cylinder actuate. And all that looks really good. So I'm going to consider this a successful repair. And I got to emphasize, guys, again, only use the hydraulic fluids that are designed for your vehicle for that application. Bad things happen when you don't. Don't be like the guy I bought this from. Don't load everything up with .5 because you think it's racing fluid. That's not how it works. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video where we did a drain, fill, and bleed of the hydraulic clutch system in my 1995 Mazda Miata MX-5. If you got a comment, leave a comment. I like to read them, I like to reply to them, and I like to learn from them. If this video was of interest to you, please like, share, and subscribe it. It helps grow the channel. And lastly, I make the mistakes and buy the basket cases so you don't have to. I'll see you guys next episode.